guys, today we are reading a book called Knowledge Encyclopedia Space. From page 8 to page 11. 11. We are starting soon. Okay, let's start. The solar system around the sun. 800,000 kilometers per hour, the speed which the whole solar system is moving around our galaxy. Asteroids, much smaller than planets. Asteroids are giant rocks that mostly orbit the sun in a belt between the orbits of Jupiter and Mars. Some have orbits that take them across paths of inner planets such as Earth and Mercury. Rings of dust and ice include Saturn and other gas giants. Comets. Comets are large lumps of ice and dust that have highly elliptical orbits. They can spend centuries in the outer reaches of the solar system before swooping close to the sun and developing tails as they warm up. 250 million years, the time that it takes for the whole solar system to complete one orbit of the Milky Way galaxy. Kuiper belt. Beyond the planets is an icy belt of icy bodies, some of which are large enough to be classified as dwarf planets. These objects are so far from the sun that they can take hundreds of years to complete one orbit around the sun. Trapped by sun's gravity, the 8 planets of the solar system travel around the central star on nearly circular paths, spinning like tops as they go. The further planets from the sun, the longer it orbits, take the slower it travels. The furthest planet, Neptune, takes 165 years to get around the sun and moves at over 5 kilometers per second. Earth, meanwhile, bolts around space at nearly 6 times as fast, and Mercury, the planet reaches the sun, swirls around it in just 88 days and at a speed 50 kilometers per second. The planet's orbits are not circular. Instead, they follow a slightly oval path, known as ellipses, that makes them closer to the sun at one point. Mercury's orbit is most elliptical. Its furthest point from the sun is more than 50% further than its nearest point. Jupiter spins around so fast than any planet, completing all rotation in under 10 hours. The speed of movement at its equator is 43,000 kilometers per hour, which is 27,000 miles per hour. Gas giants. The outer planets that are all much bigger than the inner planets, they are called gas giants because they are made of mostly hydrogen and helium. These substances are gases on Earth, but in the liquid gas, they are mostly in liquid form. Inner planets. The inner planets are made of rock and iron, are also called terrestrial planets. They are small and very fast moving. Even Mars' orbit takes less than 2 years to complete. The Sun. The Sun lies in the center of the solar system. It spins on its axis, making less than 25 days to turn around despite its massive size. Venus spins in the opposite direction to all other planets. Distance from the Sun. Distance shown above are not to scale. This chart shows the actual distance between the planets. Distance are shown in astronomical units, AU. 1 AU is the distance from Earth to the Sun. The Sun is in the middle. Mercury is 0.4 AU. Venus is 0.7 AU. Earth is 1 AU. Mars is 1.5 AU. Jupiter is 5.2 AU. Saturn is 9.5 AU. Uranus is 19 AU. Neptune is 30 AU. Now, next to the next page. Next page is the birth of the solar system. The gas giants, 99% of the mass of the solar system around the sun. About 100 small planets in the early solar system are called to collide just 4 rocky planets. New Sun. The Sun contains 99.8% of the material now in the Solar system. Hot zone. Closer to the sun, gases are boiled away to leave just grains of rock and metal. Solar nebula. When the sun is formed inside a vast cloud of gas and dust, it was rotating a swirling disk of material collected in a flat plane around it. The disk is called the solar nebula. Cold zone. The cold zone regions beyond the frost line are mostly grains of ice made from water, methane, and ammonia. Rocky planets. Grains of rock and metal collected in the inner part of the young solar system, which is more hotter than an outer zone. The material will form the planet Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, which have rocky layers and cores of iron. The planets of the solar system form from gas and grains of dust and ice surrounding the newly formed sun. The solar system was born in a vast star cloud of gas and dust. About 5 billion years ago, something triggers a burst of star formation in the cloud. Perhaps a nearby star exploded, sending a shockwave rippling through the cloud. Hundreds of pockets of gas were squeezed into clumps. The gravity was pulled in more and more gases, making the clumps larger and denser. This made them heat up so inside and start to glow. Eventually, the core of clumps got so hot and dense that the nuclear reactions became stars. One of those stars was our sun. All those rocks. Meteors, star rocks have fallen onto Earth. They include the oldest rocks known to science. Many are leftovers from the cloud of debris that formed the planets. Leftovers. Not all material in the solar nebula form planets. Leftovers could form moons, asteroids, comets, and dwarf planets. Birth of giants. Vast amounts of icy debris collected in the cold outer part of the solar system. This material drew together to form planets so large that they have enough gravity to pull in gases such as hydrogen and helium. These planets will become the gas giants: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The solar system forms. The solar system formed 4.6 billion years ago when a clump of gas and dust was pulled together on its own gravity inside a giant cloud. The collapsing mass gave birth to our sun. It is surrounded by a flattened spinning disk, the solar nebula, which the planet forms. Thank you for listening to this week's book. We will read again next week. Thank you. Bye.